Hi, I go by weird stuff on the internet, and today I would like to show you a full walkthrough as well as a few tips and tricks for doing the breach and steal illegal Redeemer mission. Let's go. Firstly, what kind of ship should you use to get there? We must remember that we will firstly need a storage area because we need to retrieve a package, and we need to be at least somewhat competent at fighting because there will be a few fighters waiting for us there. So an Avenger Titan is a pretty good starter choice if you've only have. It's pretty cheap to rent, and I'll show it up on the screen right now where you can rent it. And so we don't want something like the Eclipse, because Eclipse and, for example, the Arrow only have a cockpit that you can't store anything in it. So pieces would be good right now. A Carax kind of overkill, but I personally like the Cutlass Black just because it fits
Vehicle
the
selected. Stand by.
outlaw mentality that it's presented
Your
as in
vehicle
the
has been
lore
delivered to
of
the
the game. As to the other things that you'll need for the mission, you'll most definitely need a weapon, unless, that's a big unless, if you are an experienced player, like you've done a lot of bunker missions in the past or something like that, and as it is possible to take down the AI enemies with just a hand attack, but it's going to be there's like a not a necessary mechanic, but there is a sneak attack that will knock them down, and there you will be able to loot them and take their weapons. But if you're not an experienced player, then you definitely will need some weapons. I personally like the C54 SMG, as it has a pretty decent rate of fire and it's generally pretty good. And what you'll also
Hey,
need
welcome to.
Shut up.
I
What
don't
you'll
mind.
also need is Steam packs, basically. If you've ever played Fallout or other this type of games, you'll need uh, healing, and it's you can use these. You'll need to buy these map pens. If you generally will only need one, but I like to have a lot of them, but you don't really need them. Uh, it's just if you get shot, these AIs that we currently have in the game, I'm gonna be honest, they're not really good. You will just need to get healed from them. And so let's get into our ship and let's set the route to October Rising.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online.
So let's press F2 to open up the star map and just to the distress beacon and set route. If it's not showing up for you, you try check if you've tracked it. So go to accepted missions and make sure that this says tracked. Just press it and it will. If in order to depart from Grimhex, we will need to contact the ATC. If you have a ship that has a separate comm screen, or I don't personally will like to have bring it up because it just takes up MFD space, then you will just need to press the Wi-Fi icon that is next to Grimhex landing services, or Green Imperial landing services, and we'll just have to hail them and wait
You are
for
clear to
the
launch.
doors to open. I personally like to spin up my quantum drive before going out of Grimhex because the save zone here ends really quickly and you generally want to be safe when going out of here because it's the only space station that allows people with crime stats.
Landing gear up.
thing for more experienced players. If you know that there is a active player bounty hunter on the server, then it's worth disabling the com tower or whatever whatever it was called. Was it on? I have personally, I think it's on Crusader, isn't it? Yeah, on the disabling the com array, because you will be in there for a longer time, and it's generally better to not have to do with bounty hunters. Although there is a way to defend against them on board the October Rising.
Drive is now on.
So now we are
Is now
at the last known location, and we just have to spam ping to find the October Rising. Oh, and there we have a contact. If there's any contact that you see here, it's going to be even if it says like here Afghanistan, it's the October Rising. Unfortunately, it doesn't say like the name of the ship, but you can see here that the type is the Aegis Reclaimer, so that's the ship we are looking for, and we just have to fly towards it. And now that we are approaching, we are starting to see some contacts from the Crusader security that are defending this site. We just have to fight them off. I might be wondering, why do I have only one Badger? That's because it Star Citizen, it bugged out after the previous mission where I got the second one destroyed. And now it won't let me repair it. So now let's go and board the October Rising. We want to find a docking collar or an airlock on the side, because the top one, it's going to be hard and just annoying to get out of. So we just want to park next to the already one that is on a normal level. So here we can see that there is an airlock, and what I like to do when leaving my ship for longer periods of time is to send all of the power to shields, because then they have a slightly more health points, and they regenerate quicker. So we can just do it by clicking here on the MFD or by pressing F7. Oh no, let's exit our ship and get to the October Rising. Now we are aboard the ship, so let's equip our weapons. You use either the C54. I like to use this LMG. It is lootable on the just there are enemies that carry it. Now let's go and scan for enemies. None. go in there? No. Okay, and we are clear. This package won't always be in this place that's in here right now, because it spawns randomly. Oh, there was someone there. It can be spawned on the bridge. In that case, you will need to go down to it. It can spawn in the cargo bay, and in that case, you will need a code that to open the crate that it will be in. And I will show you in a second where you are able to get the code. So we have our box, and we can just fly right back into our ship. One thing you may encounter while doing this mission is either the advocacy, so the Universe Police Force, or a human bounty player. Yeah, bounty hunter will come and try to get you. In that case, what you will need to do is go to the Reclaimer's bridge lever. We saw the elevator to there when we were getting our box. And we will need to enter the remote turrets that the Reclaimer has that are still active. Although you can't enter the bridge itself, the remote turret panels are outside of it.
Is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
So let's get back to Grimhex and drop it off.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
When flying around Grimhex, you need to be careful because there's a lot of asteroids around this area. So what we want to do is get quickly into and generally safely into the safe zone that the station provides, and then we can safely hail the ATC, so they will arrange us with a landing pad. Come on, safe zone, please. And there we go. We are in the safe zone, so we can go and press F11 and hail Green Imperial Landing Services. Well, it looks like it doesn't want to give us a pad. In that case, we can use one of the old pads that are outside medical. We just need to go out here, drop down. Oh, it gave us a landing pad. Never mind. We'll just land here.
Landing gear down.
As you can see, we are still enveloped by the safe zone, so we can safely stay here. And we just have to turn off our engines for safety, because it's Star Citizen and you want to turn off your engines. Get off. Pick up our package. Make sure we have a helmet on, because we are going outside. And outside is scary. And let's get to the airlock. Here we are, the Green Imperial Medical. If you've entered through normal hangar, you will, and it's next to the vehicle retrieval screen, so it's right here, like here are the screens. We need to get in. And we can see this is the place where we have to drop it off. So we need to go down these stairs. Do not take the elevators, especially since right now, at least they used to in 3.17.2. The Grimhex elevators are extremely broken. And you can't reach the place with these elevators. And here we go, we have successfully delivered a package. Probably for this guy.